Hi everyone, and welcome again and again. So today's video we're gonna explain, as you see from the title, about property management in Dubai, how it works. And because of that, I am with one of my favorite guests, Sage, who gonna answer my question and maybe your questions in the futures as well about entire property management method from A to Z. So Sage, thank you to be here with me in this video.
Shara. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So property management, how it works in Dubai? Because I'm specialty in off plan. So when the client they purchase, they keep on asking can I assign someone to take care of our property, like when it comes to the management? What fees, what is procedure? Can you explain that, how it works? How do you deal?
So basically it's good for investors, especially if they're overseas, if they have multiple units. So we manage everything from A to Z. So we find them the tenant, we do the handover, we do the snagging, we collect all the rent checks for them, and we do a professional inventory report. So when the property is handed over to the tenant, we take pictures of everything. So if there's any issues when they leave at the end of the tenancy, we've got evidence of how it's handed over to them, just to secure them for the tenancy security deposit. We also handle all the checks for the landlord. So if they haven't got a bank account in Dubai, we can put the checks under our company's name and then deposit it to their account. We do any laws, so example, if there's any checks that are bounced, or if there's any court cases, we can deal all with that for the tenant and the landlord. We also do maintenance, which is a big thing here in Dubai. If the AC is broken, the water heaters are broken, there's leaks in the property, the tenant will contact us. We have a 24-hour helpline that, maintenance guys go there, have a look at the issue and get it fixed for the tenant.
So this is, you can do it if the client is here or he's not here?
Anywhere.
It will be the same procedure. Exactly. You're gonna just contact by email.
Exactly. Especially for people who have multiple units. If they have 7-8 units, landlords don't have time to manage all the properties, the contracts, coming up to the renewal. So 90 days before the contract is coming to an end, we will contact the tenant. Hi, Mr. Scott, your contract's coming to an end. Would you like to stay or would you like to leave? Also, if there's a rental increase, we'll check the ROI calculator. Okay. If there's an increase in the rent, we'll tell the tenant that, you have to pay a 5% extra, 10% extra on your rental. So just keeping up to date with all these kind of things, keeping up with the laws, the regulations, everything that a landlord probably isn't being able to do if he's not in the country or if he's busy. We can handle everything from A to Z.
Okay, so as a property management department, so do you take care of do you cover all the areas in Dubai?
Everything.
Not only specific areas?
I manage properties in Jadaf, in Marina, in downtown, in Meydan, in Shoba, in Port Delamer, anywhere, as long as it's in Dubai. Obviously, we cannot do Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah, because for us to go out there all the time,
of course,
and maintenance guys, it's just a lot of time. As long as it's within Dubai, we cover all areas.
Amazing. And what's the process like if client, for example, he bought a studio or a 1-bed or 2-bedroom apartment, he just need to get in touch with you guys and you send him the contract. He will read the contract before signing the contract. Then if he agree, he just give it to you.
So the contract will have a list of all the services what we provide. Like I said, maintenance issues, rental checks, move-in inspections, routine inspections, everything will be mentioned. All the services we provide will be mentioned on the contract. Obviously the charge is 7% of the annual rent. So however much the rent is going to be, we charge 7% of the rent. However, we do charge a minimum fee of 5,500 because if the rent is quite low, like you said, for a studio, if the rent is like 30, 40K, we have to have a minimum fee because a lot of work goes into what we do. For me, my job is not just taking the money from my client and that's it. I will go above and beyond for all my landlords, making sure everything is taken care of. At the end of the day, they're investing in us, so we have to make sure that we have to just provide the best service. Their property is taken care of. So, we have to have a minimum fee also for properties which are worth like say 30, 40K on rent.
Okay, amazing. And question, what is the benefit of giving my property to you guys, to the property management? Why it's important?
It's a hassle-free service for you, right? Like, for example, that it's being taken care of by a professional company. Anybody can say, I can manage a property for you, but are you going to be available for tenants if they have any issues? If the check bounces, we give like a 5-day rule to a tenant to pay the check. maintenance issues, making sure they're taking care of the property, routine inspections. Properties now, a lot of people are doing subleasing, they're not taking care of the unit. So we go every 5-6 months, I'll go visit the property, making sure that everything is okay, they're looking after it, come back to the landlord and say, by the way, your property is in a great condition. When they move in, do a proper inventory inspection. When they move out, do the same thing. So it's kind of like a protection. It's like an insurance policy. When you buy a car, you're getting your car insured, right? Correct. So when an investor buys the property, they're getting insured by us, making sure everything is taken care of, so they can just sit back and relax and enjoy their investment.
Amazing. That's good. So as you know, you always keep on asking how it was on property management and stuff. So by the way, me and Sage, we work in the same company, one of the largest real estate companies in Dubai. And I'm doing the sales. She's doing the property management. She has a big team that they work with together to make a successful operation when it comes to property management. So I'm gonna keep it in the description down. It will be my contact and Sage number as well. If you have any property already, you wanna give it to her for the management, you can just feel free to contact her and she will do the necessary job. So I think for me, I have no questions. Everything was clear for me. If you have any questions, just contact us. You're gonna get the full details. I believe it's an informative video, very informative for me as well. That was all. Thank you so much, Sage.
Thank you for having me. And
Thank you for your beautiful time.
People getting property management for myself.
Of course, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharaf.
Thank you. And see you next video.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.